a project that is, helping to bring people together, because we wanted, out of this example, out of this very frustrated story, to create, a sign for hope for a better future.
And so, if we go back to the legal battle again, you were there numerous times, and you showed them the documents, and after you showed them the documents, they said, okay, now you need to show me the maps, and you need to have different kinds of maps and things. And this has been going on for how long?
Since 1991, almost 20 years now.
And where does the battle?
Yeah, in 2002, we got a paper from the military court, just 2 sentences, that we don't have enough proofs of ownership. So our lawyer from the West Bank advised us to go further and to bring this case in front of the Supreme Court in Israel, because he said, this is not a true decision. So we contacted a lawyer from Jerusalem, Jonathan Kutab, and of course, a Palestinian lawyer from the West Bank cannot represent Palestinians in front of the Supreme Court. So Jonathan Kutab is a Palestinian from Jerusalem. So he built up the case again and brought it in front of the Supreme Court with his colleague Sani Khouri. And we had then the first session. And during that time, we asked people to get involved, Israeli peace activists, Palestinians, to put pressure, internationals. And the first meeting, or the first session in front of the Supreme Court, the judge was unhappy with the military representative. She said to him, how come you declare a land as a state land without any proofs? But she gave him 60 days to write his proofs again. And these 60 days were not kept. They were postponed a couple of times. They said, the case is very complicated and we need more time to study it. And then they came up with another thing, says, we need you to survey the land again. And now from a land surveyor from Israel, because our land surveyors from the West Bank are not recognized in Israel. So we found one through our lawyer. This guy went to Istanbul to check all papers. He went to England, to London, and to check maps and compare them together. And he had to write a report to prove that this land belongs to us, we are the owners, and to prove the maps are okay, the Ottomans, the English, and we had to pay for that around $70,000.
Wow.
So we presented, and then the case was postponed. Then, because of that we did whatever they asked us to do. Even sometimes we did not understand it, why. But we believe, we are people who are believing in justice, and we believe that the Son of Justice will rise again sooner or later. And now the case was returned to the military court, and they are demanding from us to re-register the land again in the Israeli land registration book. The land is registered since 1916, but again. And this process is going to cost us around $15,000. We started with it 3 years ago, and so far we still did not hear anything.
So right now you've re-registered, you have re-registered?
We started the process, but still we need to hear from the other side where we are now.
Okay. So you're kind of on hold.
Yes.
Right now,
Yes.
in the legal case, because
in the legal case.
Yeah, they need to tell you what else they need you to do is probably what it's going to amount to, right?
Yes. Actually, we did everything.
Yeah.
There is nothing left to do, but the postponement is our problem. Like they are keeping, postponing this case.
So they have not recognized that this land belongs to you yet.
They so far legally not. But when they demanded from us to register the land again, it's an indirect recognition, and this is actually what our lawyer is saying. So this demand means that you are the owner, and now we need to put these, the borders of the, the land and the, how big is it in the Israeli land registration book, in order to recognize us as owners.
So you put a map in, and then like you have a legal description of the land. Is that you do that the same? That's what we do here in the United States too. And so you register your land, and then you're recognized as the legal owners.
Yes.
And in the meantime, the way I understand the way you tell the story is, even if they do recognize your land, they still don't allow you to get water in. You're not allowed to build on your own land, and you do have some crops that you're able to grow there, but you have no market for them because you can't get them out.
Right. According to the peace agreements, the land is located in Area C, which is totally under Israeli control. And for anything we do, we need a permit. So we don't have running water, no electricity, and we don't get building permits. And these are three important things for any development. But of course, for us, we don't want to live, to stay in this circle of frustration. We try to avoid that and move forward and try to keep our hope alive and think in a positive way. With marketing the products, we have a big problem. We don't have a market for our products, and even the access road to our property is closed by a roadblock, and this is a big obstacle for us in order to bring the markets to Bethlehem area, to the fruits to the market in Bethlehem.
What kind of products do you have there?
We have olives, olive oil, grapes, almonds, apricots. Yeah, we have also vegetables, tomatoes. Yeah,
but you aren't able to get those products off the farm because your road is blocked. Just in the interest of full disclosure to our audience, I have been to your land, and when I was in Palestine the last time in 2007, and we were indeed obliged to walk from the bus. We had to disembark from the bus and walk into the land from there. It's how far from there?
It's about like 5 minutes walk.
Yeah.
But still, it's a problem.
You can't get anything out.
Right.
Yeah.
We have another road that is taking more time from the other side, but it's also very difficult in terms of transportation. So transportation costs are more, and at the end, how much we want to get for our fruits and vegetables.
Right.
So that's why it doesn't make sense to bring them to the market with these costs. So what we are trying to do is to, for example, to make out of the grapes grape syrup, raisins, in order to keep them for a longer period of time. And we are trying now to sell these products to guest groups who are coming to visit the Tent of Nations.
Mm-hmm. Instead of trying to export them,
Right.
Yeah. So you're not able to build on your own land, and so you decided to put up tents. And what did you put up tents for? Can you tell that story?
Yeah, in 2001, when the situation was getting worse, we had a lot of attacks from the Israeli settlers. They uprooted trees, 250 olive trees.
Maybe we should talk a little bit about one of the things we haven't really talked about. Like as I mentioned, our audience is pretty savvy, but your land is really pretty much surrounded by settlements, and you're on a hill also. But you have settlements surrounding you, except for there is a village on one side of your land, correct? Right. So the settlers continually come down and damage the property and threaten the people that are on the land.
Right, yeah. Actually since 1991, we are facing this problem until 2002. When they came the last time with big machines, they tried to build a road on our property. And we managed to stop that road by a court order. And the settlers were very angry, and they uprooted 250 olive trees from our property. It was a very difficult situation for us because the olive tree is